All right, guys, real quick, a 3-minute sharpening tip. I am going to show you how I make sure that I've apexed the edge on a knife. Now, this is my Dull Strong Phantom Series paring knife. I like this knife to have a really fine edge, so I've already done all the sharpening. I'm just finishing this up on an 8,000 grit stone, which is where this is going to stay. So one of the best ways that you can do this to find and make sure that you hit your apex is take a Sharpie and simply touch it to the edge at the very tip and just run it down the edge of your knife. And don't put any pressure, and what'll happen is typically you'll hit just the edge. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is, am I hitting the apex? So that's my prime concern. So if I go over a little bit, that's fine. If I don't get the entire edge bevel, that's fine as well. So my stone is prepped and it's wet. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just simply going to put the knife on the stone and I'm going to see if I've hit my angle with my first pass. I'm pretty confident that I have this angle down because I've already done the main sharpening on this knife. And as you can see, there is nothing left. But if I were to do this side and I don't happen to get the angle correct, you will see that there is a little bit of a black line left at the apex, which means that that angle is incorrect. So to correct for that, you're going to find that angle again, you're going to put it down, and you're going to lift the back of the knife up ever so slightly, and then make another pass. As you can see, that second pass has removed more of that material. So if I need to bring it up a little bit more, I just do a couple passes, and I see how does my edge look. I'm going to look and see. Now, I do know that there's a little bit back here. There's a low spot on this blade, and I'm working my way to getting rid of that. There's also one at the tip that I'm going to get rid of, a low spot right there. But you can see that I have removed, there's a little bit of a false shadow on that because of the convex edge. But you can see I've removed that all the way up to the tip, all the way to the apex on both sides. And then I'm just simply going to maintain that angle. Maintaining an angle is a little bit more difficult, but that's how you find and see if you're on the right angle. Maintaining angles can be done either with a fixtured system, like I said, with that tumbler, or you can use angle blocks. You can use coins. You can find, actually, for this knife, I think that's a little too much. Yeah, it's a little too much. There's ways you can do it. You can find different angle blocks that get you where you want. I just personally find that I know what the angle feels like, and I can tell definitely when I deviate from that. The stone is going to tell me through a little bit of feedback. And you can see I'm removing material. This stone cuts really well. It cuts really fast. If you guys are interested in any of these Dull Strong knives, by the way, there's an affiliate link down below where you can check them out. But it's really not that hard to do. Now, if you're somebody that sharpens with the stone in your hand, like I do a lot of times, it's no different. Your angles are going to be the same. You're just going to do it in a different fashion. And like I said, the stone, the feedback from the stone is going to tell you if you've deviated from an angle, if you've got too steep. And then your final few passes, your final couple slight, light passes that you do to remove the burr, just back and forth. If you formed a burr at all, this is a very hard stone to form a burr on because it is a very fine stone. Really aggressive edge, even though it's an 8,000 grit. One of the other things you can look for, and I don't know how clear that's going to come out, is you should see water. If you've done your edge properly, when you put this down, you should see that water being pushed forward along the stone. You can kind of pick that up. That's another indicator that you've got that edge on there the way you want, is when you see that little wave of water going forward, and that'll tell you you've got the right angle. You see it follows all the way. It's just pushing that water ahead of the edge of the knife all the way. So there you go. There was 4 minutes of just some little stuff. Even though that's got a low spot, it's still apexed. So there you go, guys. Just a little sharpening tip. We'll talk about like maintaining angles and things like that in another one, but there you go. A little 4-minute quick sharpening tip.